Our everyday lives are saturated with symbols that are designed to express ideas, from the logos of automobile manufacturers to the buttons on your television remotes. Many of us take these symbols for granted, and even though we know what they stand for, we rarely have any understanding of their origins or their secret meanings. Join us as we count down some of the most pervasive and enigmatic symbols in society and what they actually mean. Jesus fish. It's a bit racier than you might think. This iconic fish symbol, often called the ichthys, has often been used as a synonym for the Christian faith and features prominently on everything from billboards to bumper stickers. Early Christians used this symbol because it was an acrostic for the name of Jesus Christ. In other words, in Greek, each letter of ichthys stood for part of Jesus' full name, which was spelled out as Iesou Christos Theo Yesoter. However, going back further, the ichthys fish symbol had quite a different meaning. In the pagan traditions, this symbol was called the Vesica Pisces and symbolized fertility, in particular the vagina and feminine energy. Try turning the symbol sideways and it's pretty self-explanatory. Number 8. Female and male symbols. Perhaps most popularized by horoscopes and dating services, the symbols for man and woman are two of the most common that we find in our daily lives, but very few people actually know where these symbols come from. In reality, they find their roots in alchemy, an old form of mystical science that was concerned with astrology and chemistry. The male symbol represents the astrological sign for Mars, and in earlier forms had a dot in the circle that stood for the sun or gold. Many think the circle and arrow denote a shield and spear, signifying the god of war, which was Mars. The female symbol, on the other hand, is thought to have been inspired by a mirror or by a necklace that would have been used by women during the time. The astrological symbol was known as Chalkos, where we get the word copper from, and signified Venus, who was the dominant female deity to the Greeks. Number 7. Bluetooth runes. That strange little symbol on the side of your Bluetooth devices isn't just a stylized bee. The inventors of Bluetooth borrowed from Norse mythology in designing their logo, which is a bind rune, or two runes that have been combined. In Norse mythology, the gift of runes had been passed down to humans by Odin, and each rune had its own letter and separate meaning. By combining the runes for H, or Haggle, and B, or Bjarken, you end up with the Bluetooth symbol. But why H and B? They're actually the initials of a real-life Danish king, Harald Bluetooth, who united a number of the tribes back in the 9th century. Today, his legacy lives on in the forms of Bluetooth technology, uniting us to the internet and each other. Number 6. The pause symbol in poetry. You are watching one of your favorite movies and the phone rings, so you reach for the remote to hit pause. Without realizing it, you are in fact exercising one of the oldest linguistic tools in the history of literacy. The double bars of the pause button are something we take for granted and barely think about it, but they have their roots in a very influential poetic tradition. Back in the Greek age, the double line indicated a pause, or caesura, in a song or poem where one could take a breath. Number 5. The mystery of on and off and USB. There are a number of symbols related to computers that we have come to accept at face value in terms of their function. One of the most popular, of course, is the on and off symbol that features a small vertical line inside a circle. It has become universal, appearing not only on our computers, but on t-shirts, posters, and even condoms. In reality, it was meant to signify binary code, with 1 meaning on and 0 meaning off. Simple, right? Number 4. Biohazard symbol as a tattoo. The biohazard symbol is another one of the most recognizable symbols in our culture, in part because it is meant to warn us of danger. The creators of the symbol, however, didn't have any hidden agendas in designing it, and only wanted something that would look distinctive. However, that didn't stop others from adapting it to their own meanings by putting it on company logos, video games, and clothes. Some have taken it even further, though. In a number of LGBTQ-friendly communities in urban centers, gay men often tattoo this symbol on themselves in order to indicate that they have HIV or AIDS and to raise public awareness. Number 3. Mitsubishi Family Crest. Ever wondered about the different logos that car companies use? From Toyota to Subaru, there is often a lot more to these decals than meets the eye, and the Mitsubishi logo is no exception. Used since 1870, the three diamonds arranged in a triangle is actually the adapted family crest of shipping magnate Yataro Iwasaki and the family crest of the Yamanouchi family from the ancient Tosa clan. The Iwasaki crest was a three-tiered water chestnut, or Sangaibishi, while the Tosa clan's crest was three oak leaves, or Mitsugashiwa. Add them together and you get Mitsubishi. Number 2. The Democratic donkey and Republican elephant. Anyone familiar with American politics will immediately recognize the symbols used to distinguish the two main parties. On the Democrat side, the image of the donkey can be traced back to the 1828 election in which Andrew Jackson was running for president. Because of his stubborn personality, many of his opponents took to calling him a jackass. Rolling with the punches, he took the insult and adapted it to become a symbol of being strong-willed. This was later iconized by the political cartoonist Thomas Nast, who used the image of the donkey thereafter to refer to the Democratic Party. Nast was also responsible for introducing the elephant symbol into American politics to refer to the opposing Republican Party. In a famous cartoon that appeared in Harper's Weekly in 1874, he signified the Republicans as an elephant running away from the Democratic donkey who was dressed up as a lion. There is a certain irony that the strongest political parties in the US found their origins in satire. Number 1. Peace signs and nuclear disarmament. The last symbol in our video, and by far one of the most influential, is probably the peace sign. Designed by British graphic designer Gerald Holtom in 1958, its original purpose was to protest the use of nuclear weapons. He wanted to use the semaphore alphabet, which is a form of communicating using flags and arm movements, and overlapping the letters N and D in the design to stand for nuclear disarmament. Later, Holtom revealed that he had also been very depressed at this period in his life, and that the peace sign was a stylized stick figure of himself with head down and arms outstretched. Holtom never copyrighted the symbol, which is one of the reasons it appears everywhere, including in the logo for the environmental group Greenpeace. That concludes our video of some of the more interesting common everyday symbols you might not have known the true meaning of.